Honestly, I never once thought that I would actually become a caregiver. That's the honest truth. But I'd have to say, after looking back, I realized that, taking care of my brothers since I was so much older than them, and just helping my friends and their family members, and eventually helping my mom when she was passing away from cancer, kind of made me realize that I've actually been caregiving my entire life. And it was for that reason that I decided to further look into it. Eventually, I luckily found Home Instead, and they happen to be a wonderful company. Any company that gives you a birthday card because you happen to start orientation on your birthday is just special. Like, I never thought that there's actually companies out there that still would consider people and not just a simple number. After working here for quite some time, I come to realize that caregiving is definitely something I like doing. And one of the best things about it is just the genuine people interaction. Interacting with people is so unique now. Everything's numbers, everything's just calculations, everything's not human. But here, that's all we do. We work with humans, people, with lives, just like me, everybody else, and we all get together and we make it work. It doesn't exactly feel like caregiving to me, it just feels like living. And I can't explain that feeling that I can go to my job and it doesn't feel like a job. It feels like I'm just with my friends, with my family. And honestly, that's how my clients feel to me. They do feel like family. And that's one of also the hardest parts, is seeing them go. But at the same time, I know that I got to live with them. I still don't consider myself a caregiver. I consider myself someone who's living with other people. And I continue to do this every day, and I continue to love it. Home Instead is definitely unique. It's one of a kind. It's one of the few companies that actually lives by its creed. To us, it really is personal, and you just don't find that anymore. One of my caregivers, I don't have a caregiver. One of my clients, and in fact, it was actually my first client. He couldn't read anymore, and I love to read. It's one of my favorite things to do. And he asked me if I could just read to him. And it was in that moment that I read to him probably for like an hour and a half sometimes every day. And like sometimes it would bring him to tears just because he had all these books. People gave him books, but he couldn't read them anymore. And how tantalizing is that, to have something you love and you can't do? And just to be able to do that for him, I think changed his life. It gave him something that he loved, and it gave me a feeling that I can't replicate if I'm actually going to work, which is very unique. Normally you think some of the best moments in your life are things outside of work, but in this case, it's not. Some of my best moments are with my people, with my clients, with my family while I'm at work. And to me, that's invaluable.